You know, I just finished watching a video that literally kind of got me emotional. And the reason why I feel like this is quite obvious, and I think you might as well benefit by knowing about it. So the video that I'm talking about is this video. It's called I Swam 18 Hours Across the English Channel. It's from a guy named Mitch. I just randomly found him like an hour ago or something. 2 months ago, he started a series where he's gonna go swim the channel, then bike all the way from France to Mount Everest, then hike up to base camp, and then climb Mount Everest. And all that whilst going to different wildlife sanctuaries along the way because he's very passionate about wildlife and saving the environment, saving animals and all of that stuff. Yeah, I just watched this video, and other than it being incredibly well edited, it made me realize something. Because for the last, well, probably 5 years, I've been grinding. A lot of times against myself. For example, this is just from the last year. Especially since I had to come back from Bali last year because I had this incident where I lost my vision in my left eye for a bit and I had a burnout for months and months where I couldn't do anything. It's been tough. And, reality hits afterwards. I finally had a good agency. I had stable income, or at least a little bit. But now it's the end of 2023 and, well, your savings are gone. You gotta do something. So I decided to start selling Notion templates. I remember in January I put hundreds of hours in creating the perfect Notion template, trying to sell them, and I couldn't get them sold. Then I decided, okay, you know what? I had an amazing Instagram. I've created an amazing Instagram. Let me sell that to people, and I made an incredible course. It immediately launched a whole thing called Project Main Character, and I was like, let's just make it this thing where we help people just create the best Instagram, get better at connecting with people, making friends, traveling the world, and all that stuff. It's just that the intention was amazing. The vision that I had was amazing. But what people actually wanted, the money they wanted to make, was all about, okay, get more girls on dating apps, get more money. It's also superficial. So I couldn't really get myself to launch it because I didn't want to coach people on how to get a better Instagram to get more girls in their DMs or get more business deals. I didn't really feel like doing that. And I saw it, okay, if I link my complete personal brand to it, I want it to be something that I truly stand behind. And then in April, something major happened in my, personal life, which made me reconsider my priorities, to say it like that. Yeah, afterwards in June, I just decided, okay, you know what, I'm just going to plan trips to people and, build it into a travel agency and whatnot. The reality is just that I've been working 16 hours days, nearly every single day. Not all of them equally productive, but you're still working 16-hour days. A lot of times I wasn't even doing the stuff that would move any needle forward. I just put in the hours and I completely neglected my social life. I completely neglected my dating life. I completely neglected my relationship with my family. Even though I was living at home, I was just looking at myself in my room, and I still am to a certain degree. Simply because I felt like, and I'm still feeling like, okay, we gotta take life seriously now. I'm 24. I'm back at home with my parents. I literally dropped out of uni 5 times. It's not even funny. I dropped out of uni 5 fucking times. Even though I skipped 2 classes in primary school, I always had good degrees. I literally speak 6 languages. I'm as smart as one can be. I know how privileged I am with being the person that I am. Literally, I'm born in the Netherlands in an amazing family. Born with literally nearly every single privilege that there is out there. And then you're 24, and then you're back at home with your parents. And the worst thing is that you see what all your friends are. You see how far ahead they are, a lot of times financially. Whereas for me, when it comes to finances, when it comes to making money, there's just this blockage that I tend to have where everyone puts it on a pedestal. Everyone thinks it's the most important thing in the world. And I try to convince myself that I think the same, even though for me there's other things out there that are infinitely more important than just making money for the sake of making money and buying fast cars and all that stuff. Because of that event that happened in April, I got to ask myself this question, if you weren't going to be there tomorrow, what would be the 3 things, or the things that you would regret the most? And the top 3 items on that list are always going to be saying everything that's on my heart, making a big impact on the world and young ambitious people, helping them follow their dreams. And second would be starting an amazing family, having a beautiful wife, kids, community of friends around me, getting married and making sure that there's hundreds of people that want to come because you've impacted their life so much, and eventually being old and knowing that there's millions of people out there whose lives you've changed in one way or another. And 3 is to just experience everything that's out there to experience. To just cross off items on my bucket list by the fucking month, to just live a life worth living. I think that's what it all comes about. And making sure that you impact as much lives as possible along the way. What I'm doing now to make money is obviously plan trips for rich people. And as much as my vision in that at the start was, okay, I'm going to plan the most epic trips for them, a lot of times the highest paying ones, the only thing that they want is convenience. They don't want the coolest trip by any means. They just want it to be taken care of so they don't have to think about it. They want to win time, which makes me, in fact, just a VA. The work that you're doing seems very insignificant. And even though the prospect is, okay, I can hire VAs to do that later down the line, it's still not fulfilling in the first place. It just doesn't fulfill my goals. And when I was watching this video, I realized how wrong my priorities have been, are, how much I've been neglecting everything in the hopes of it becoming better, even though it's not really becoming better. I've been earning money in the last 6 months, but realistically just good enough to survive and not much more than that. I'm still having a ton of student debt because I decided to drop out and not rejoin, and that's a thing that I strongly feel behind. There's no reason for me to rejoin that school system. It just feels fucking waste of time for me. I wasn't learning anything. I wasn't meeting any people that were thinking the same way as I was thinking. So for me, it was just a waste of time. Especially because I was an internship back in 2022. It was going incredibly well. I was performing the best of all the sales guys out there. I was literally being proposed a job as sales manager. And I was like, this is so pointless. Everyone here is just there to talk about football, about alcohol and whatnot. And I was like, I don't care about that. So I literally was like, fuck you, school. And I bought a ticket to Mexico, a one-way ticket. And I just won. And I filed a visa request in Australia. Didn't tell my mom, didn't tell my family. I just told them I was going to go backpacking in Mexico and Colombia for a bit, which they accepted. And they were like, yeah, that's fine. Eventually, I stayed away for 2.5 months. Didn't go to Australia after all, but did go to Mexico, Colombia, USA. And when I got back, I didn't become a famous TikToker. I didn't even vlog. I don't know why I didn't. I made some epic videos, I'm not going to lie. Looking back at them, like swimming with whale sharks, going sunrise kayaking in the lakes, all of these things. And I was also just looking back at those, and means these are the things that make you feel alive. These are the things that make you feel like life is worth living. Like genuinely, what's worthy about a life if you just spend it every single day in front of your laptop? Doesn't matter how much money you're making. People can say it's just for a matter of time, which it is. But then again, I'm building something that doesn't even give me the... If I build a business, I also want it to be meaningful to myself. I just don't want it to be just a money-making machine, especially if it takes all of my time, which it has been taking. And this is going to be a struggle that I have to put off for a while, because if we're talking about things that are meaningful, there's 2 avenues that we could go down, in my opinion, in my eyes right now. So my bigger vision for life, like I said, I have a few bigger things. So one of them is called Project Someday. It's doing all the things you want to do someday, and basically making these bucket list items, bucket list adventures, going on them, and then documenting them in like a way that's like a vlog documentary style thing. And obviously this is very easily to combine with an adventure travel agency or with like a travel network, where we can basically bring other entrepreneurs, influencers, content creators along to create epic content there, to just share the experience basically. And another idea that I really love is that of recreating Project Main Character in one way or another. Vision that I had earlier this year, but then in a way where it actually helps young ambitious people follow their true dreams, where it enables you to pursue whatever it is that you genuinely want to do. If you want to become an artist, we'll help you become an artist. If you want to become a DJ, we'll help you become a DJ. If you want to become a content creator, we'll help you become a content creator. And most importantly, we want to help you become this main character of your own life, where you spread love rather than hate, where you say hi to more people, where you go out there, where you can make more friends, where you talk to more people, where you're just more alive. I think I want to be more alive, and I want to help other people to be more alive, to live cooler lives. That's just what it is. And when I'm not doing that with this business now, you realize how stupid that feels, how meaningless, how pointless it feels. You just help rich people go to nice hotels. There's nothing fun about that. And the potential is there to make good money, but it hasn't been making good money for the last 6 months because I've been avoiding things that move the needle forward. Simply because with Aventura, with this brand, it's like, my vision was to make it a place for young, ambitious people to connect around the world, to, live in cool places together, in cool houses, and to go on cool trips together, and make it a place for people to live a cool life rather than just being a glorified VA. And more importantly, it would serve as a chance to give me this lifestyle that I dream of climbing, doing cool shit, climbing mountains, jumping out of planes and sleeping in the Amazon, and recording all these videos that I want to, recording all these creative things. Because what I hate is that I have to sit in my bedroom now, even though I'm blessed to be here with my parents, that they allow me to be here in a nice bedroom, and I have this amazing camera and laptop and everything. It's not where I'm meant to be. You know how much it pains me, for example, last November, one of my best friends hosted a trip to Mount Everest base camp, which is cool. Like, I would prefer, like, honestly, K2 or Annapurna as my thing, but Mount Everest was still going to be cool, and I signed up for it because I was like, let me join you, and I couldn't go because I didn't have the money. Like, I can tell you now that I felt very bad about that. I felt very fucking bad about that. And but yeah, it's a constant conflict between, yes, you have to earn money, but you also want to earn money in a way that fulfills you, if that makes sense. You also want to earn money in a way that enables you to live the lifestyle that you actually want, not the thing that gurus tell you should like. And that's one thing that's holding me back massively with the travel agency thing. Like, I don't care about as much about luxury lifestyle and yachts and everything. I care about the balance between luxury and especially just adventure and doing cool stuff. And I want to host these cool trips every single month or so and have cool co-living stays around the world, and that's what I genuinely care about. But then I feel like I can do that. I could use the Aventura brand for that, but then, you know, there would then be much money coming in. All my money would be coming from hosting these trips, and that's no way to live, because that's not gonna make that much money. You want cash flow, and then you can be like, yes, but that's the community what it's for, and you've got entrepreneurs and influencers together. Yeah, I know, but yeah, it's a tough one. You know, you can give me all the money in the world, but if I have to stay work every single day instead of actually pursuing the life that I want to live, then there is no point in that money. As much as you could have the nicest cars and the nicest watches and the nicest everything, it's not a lifestyle that I desire. And right now I'm living a lifestyle that is killing my soul. Right now I'm living a lifestyle that is hurting my soul so much that it has me act like a robot. It has me act like a person that I'm not a lot of times. I'm neglecting my social life, my family and everything too much in order to pursue something that I quite possibly don't even want in the first place. And that's all because I signed up for that path and I wasn't going to take it easy. Now, watching this video of the guy getting out of the English Channel, being greeted by his girlfriend and being supported by so many friends on the boat constantly, shouting with him, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it, we got this, and everyone, we love you. That's what I feel like I'm missing out on, because everything is so superficial now. And as much as I would like to change it, I sincerely don't know if I don't know if I'm going to be able to change it, because the money that I'm making now, and the route that I'm setting myself up to, is by building a travel agency and by planning trips for people and setting myself up that route, because it's making money and it would be stupid not to focus on it now. Yeah, life is not as easy as you think a lot of times. And then there's also a part of me that's just like, just pursue anything that you want to pursue, that my heart genuinely wants, and then everything will fall into place. But that's scary, especially if you've got such a good opportunity in front of you of planning trips. So if you're still watching, I appreciate it so much. But this video, even though it's going to be live, it's going to be more for myself than for anyone else. Just to get this out there, hopefully talk it off me, and get going with this habit of sharing anything that's on my mind, because I feel like we all need to do that sometimes. So let's see where we are a year from now. I have a vision, and even though I think it excites me, when I look at this video, I know that it doesn't excite me as much as I hope it will do. Now you can say, I'm only going to be 25, there's so much more time to do anything, which there is, and it's good to set you up right now, but sometimes I feel like if you're not really feeling the fire about something, why are you even doing it? So yeah, after dinner, is there anything that I can conclude from this? The only thing I can say is that it is crucially important that I get my mojo back, that I get my energy back, because as you can see, like, you can see my eye bags. I don't know if you can see it. I can definitely see it. It's not going in the right direction. My life energy is not where I want it to be by any means, and it's important that I get this bigger goal back, seemingly impossible thing that I really want to achieve, that gives me the energy to keep going no matter what. It gives me the energy to just laugh and, you know, to pursue something greater than myself. I think that's so important, to live with a purpose again. But for now, like, I'm also convinced that I won't be able to find that from my room. I won't be able to find that sitting behind my laptop, just hoping for the best. It's just the truth that this path that I'm taking now, I do feel like that's not the right one. But maybe taking the wrong path at this stage in life, after this period of getting to know myself, is also part of my path. But for now, the only thing that I can do is realize that whatever it is that we're doing, it's not gonna pin me towards being a certain person. No matter how much travel videos I can make people, I'm still me rather than my business. Most importantly, it's just time for me to get out there again and to document stuff like this. To actually document the process of everything that's going on in my head, and realize that this shit will get a lot better once I'm at this point where I have enough money coming in, where I have enough destinations covered, where I've got people working for me. where we've got a team that we're building. And from that point, I think I will look differently at this period. I will look differently at this period because it enabled me to build the foundations for something bigger. It enabled me to build the foundations to actually pursue these things that I say I want to pursue, to actually pursue this YouTube dream whilst having an editor, rather than having to edit everything myself and spending all these relatively scarce hours on doing that. But yeah, it's scary. In a way, it's, you want to trust yourself, you want to trust your gut and do whatever your gut tells you. But sometimes you gotta overrule that feeling and just go towards whatever it is that you want to be doing, regardless. And do I want to be doing this? Probably not. Do I have to do this? Maybe. Is it a work in progress? Yes, it is. The only thing that I hope, the only thing that I can ensure, that I can make sure of, is that in the next few months I'm going to make sure that my bank account and my business is all set up nicely. Then for the next summer we can actually get a ton of money in, build a team rather quickly, and from that point actually follow my own dream. And if that leads to clients dropping off because I say something that they don't like or become a person that they don't like, then it's up to them, that's fine. But then I will have the authority and the backing and everything to get after what I truly want, to do these bucket list trips, to do these cool stays, to vlog a cool lifestyle without having to be around these G's the whole time. Because that's, I think, I know that I'm not a born entrepreneur. I know that I'm not a G by any means. I don't feel like that, or at least what they portray to be a G. I feel like I'm personally more of a creator. I'm more of a creative, someone who loves creating stuff, who loves entertaining people and all of that stuff. And if that's the case, then I better do more of that. And in order to do more of that, I need to get my ass out of here. So let's stop this video for now. If you're still watching, thank you very much. But like I said, there's more for myself, and we'll see a year from now where we are. Hopefully somewhere nice.